What news, Altair?
I've learned much about my enemy.
Share what you know then.
Jubair has become obsessed with purging the city of its knowledge.
A most terrible crime. Now I see why Al-Mualim wants you to remove him.
He's using the city scholars to assist him. They go out into the streets, harassing the people and collecting all their written works. I fear he intends to destroy them all.
He must be stopped.
That's why I'm here. He's to hold a meeting soon, at the madrasa Al-Qalasa. It's where I'll go. It's where I'll take his life.
I'll leave you alone to prepare. Bring glory to the Brotherhood.
Fast-forwarding memory to a more recent one.
Okay, so we are all set. Let's see. Jubair is southeast at the Madrasa Al-Qalasa. It is a real-world location, and I will get into that in more detail at the very end of the episode. For now, let's make our way on over. After we nail this guy, we will be done with Damascus. And, unfortunately, we won't be seeing our friendly Rafiq again. You might have noticed, but he seems to be doing pottery on the side. Various vases and what have you sitting around inside of his shop, and whoa. I don't think so. No. Let's go around. I want to try the scenic route instead. Just gonna over here. He shouldn't be able to see me. And yeah. I hate that guy. Now, the intel seemed a little strange. It listed various different sites, even though we're heading straight for the madrasa. Gotta go around even more. Anyhow, that's kind of strange. It kind of leads you to think that we might actually lose him. If that's the case, the intel kind of eliminated almost every site except for the southeasternmost one. So if he happens to get away from us, we can pretty safely assume where he's going to be from process of elimination. Speaking of elimination, give this guy a nice pat on the back, or in the stomach. Hop on over to the next rooftop, and we should be all set to take this guy down. Now let's see what they're up to in here.
Every single text in this city must be destroyed.
My friend, you must not do this. Much knowledge rests within these parchments, put there by our ancestors for good reason.
And what reason is this?
They are beacons, meant to guide us, to save us from the darkness that is ignorance.
No, these bits of paper are covered in lies. They poison your minds, and so long as they exist, you cannot hope to see the world the way it truly is.
How can you accuse these scrolls of being weapons? They are tools of learning.
You turn to them for answers and salvation. You rely more upon them than yourselves. This makes you weak and stupid. You trust in words, drops of ink. Do you ever stop to think of who put them there? Or why? No, you simply accept their words without question. And what if those words speak falsely? As they often do. This is dangerous.
You are wrong. These texts give the gift of knowledge. We need them.
You love your precious writings? You'd do anything for them?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Then join them! Any man who speaks as he is just as much a threat. Do any else among you wish to challenge me? Good! Your orders are simple enough. Go out into the city, collect any remaining writings and add them to the piles in the streets. When you're done, we'll send a cart to collect them, that they may be destroyed.
Well, that was kind of uncalled for, and hey, where'd his body go? Sure did die pretty fast. Okay, so it's just like we were figuring. We have a number of sites to choose from. The intel, sometimes with reason and sometimes without, would nix off a couple of these. And the southeasternmost is the furthest, and it's also the one that wasn't marked off at any point. So let's just make our way along there, and I'm gonna breadcrumb along and hopscotch over from point to point just to show you what's going on at the sites where our target is not present. And since we're most definitely going to be using the rooftops as an escape route, let's see if I can take out... Let's see how many of these guys I can take out. It'll make it a lot easier. Now, here's the first site.
Today is a glorious day.
One of his goons are down there, burning a pile of books, or scrolls, rather, and he is not there. Next on the list, little ways further east. I find it kind of funny that they went out of their way to talk about how different Jubair's outfit is compared to the other scholars. But I didn't analyze it too closely, but he is almost entirely identical to them. There's a slight difference on the front of his shirt that I pick up on, and I haven't double-checked to see what their pouch is that was mentioned in the intel either.
To believe based on nothing more than the words
And he's not down there either.
long since gone.
Okay, let's head to this place. He should hopefully be at this one, if the intel is correct. First things first, gotta take out his eyes on the rooftops, and then we can gain the element of surprise. Oh god. His body just fell down there. Maybe they won't see it.
Who saw what happened here?
Well, scratch that. Somebody found a little token of my handiwork, so, the target isn't fleeing. This guy has a track where he gives a speech that's just a couple of sentences, and he loops it around. So I'm gonna get the entire thing.
Good people up.
And that is him right down there. You can hear he started up his speech, then stopped immediately. His AI is gonna be a little goofy for a spell here, because the corpse is bugging him.
Good people of the mass.
But everything should be...
Doing the right thing.
Stupid knife.
Let us cleanse this city of its poisoned past.
Uh-oh.
This is a righteous act.
Ooh.
And from the flame,
That was close.
good people of the mass, you are doing the right thing.
Where is the one
Let us
responsible?
cleanse this city of its poisoned past. This is a righteous act, and from the flames shall be born a new era, one of truth and unity, governed by a singular wisdom.
Where is the one responsible?
And that's all of his speech. Okay, let's make a bit of a long jump here. Now he's got a couple of goons at the doorway into this little enclosed place, so I'm gonna have to pounce down on top of him. And let's see if I can make use of one of our new assassination techniques that I just now figured
You
out.
are doing the right thing. Let us
Too
cleanse
high up
this
here.
city of its poisoned past. This is a righteous act. And
He's
from
got
the
someone on a
flames
nearby
shall be
rooftop that can
born
see
a
me.
new era, one of
Or
truth
somewhere.
and unity, governed by a singular wisdom.
Okay, we aren't red right now, we're yellow. I have no idea why I did that. But no harm, no foul. Where is he? Here we go. Come here, buddy. High five.
Why? Why have you done this?
Men must be free to do what they believe. It is not our right to punish one for thinking what they do, no matter how much we disagree.
Then what?
You of all people should know the answer. Educate them. Teach them right from wrong. It must be knowledge that frees them, not force.
They do not learn, fixed in their ways as they are. You are naive to think otherwise. It's an illness for which there is but one cure.
You're wrong, and that's why you must be put to rest.
Am I not unlike those precious books you seek to save? A source of knowledge with which you disagree, yet you are rather quick to steal my life.
A small sacrifice to save many. It is necessary.
Is it not ancient scrolls that inspire the Crusaders? That fill Salah ad-Din and his men with a sense of righteous fury? Their texts endanger others, bring death in their wake. I too was making a small sacrifice. It matters little now. Your deed is done, and so am I.
Okay, up the ladder. Missed the ladder. And one of the things I found in this game is not to dwell on things like that. That ladder was a screw-up, and I would have gotten the shit knocked out of me if I hung around. So let's try and find the next best alternative. Here we go. Let's set a marker. so I don't lose my way, and I'll try to stick to the same rooftops I came on. Ooh, almost. Nope. Well, shit. Pardon me. Okay, took out most of the archers along the way here. Shouldn't really have too many issues. Uh-oh. Take a detour. I didn't clear this way, though, so... Nope, lots of guards. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, slick. Nope, I should have gone through that jump. It didn't seem right to me. Oh, well. Ow. And we're already at Mr. Rafiq's office. I got up on the rooftop without an incident this time. I'm quite proud of myself. And I don't want this to last too long. So let's make use of Mr. Hidden Blade. Come here, fellas. Come on. Any day now. And that, as they say, is that. Let's talk to our Rafiq buddy one last time.
Altair, tell me you've met with success.
Yes. Jubair's fires are extinguished. His life as well.
Excellent news. I had no doubt you'd succeed.
You should have seen it. The scholars followed him so readily. Wasn't just books they fed to fire either, but any man who opposed them.
Such ignorance breeds only evil. You've done a good thing this day.
As with my other targets, he believed he was doing the right thing, clearing a path to a better future.
Of course he would. Such is the landscape of a madman's mind.
The things I've seen these past few weeks, it's as if all the land has gone mad.
And this is why we fight to end the war, that sanity might return. The people are desperate for direction. It's easy for men like Jubair to prey on this and turn them towards evil. You should go, Altair. Return to Al-Mualim. Tell him what you saw. Let him know the good you've done this day.
Safety and peace, Rafiq.
Upon you as well.
Fast-forwarding memory to a more recent one.
Welcome home, child. What news?
Another of the named is put to rest.
Then it would appear your work is nearly complete, and your status restored.
A question, Master, if I may.
Ask, and I will answer.
Why these men? Jubair and Sabrand?
Ah, don't you see? They paved the way for change. Ensure threats both old and new are not given cause to intervene.
To weaken them is to weaken our enemy. I suppose that makes sense.
Were these men to continue their work, our work would quickly be undone.
How is that? We've caused them much grief.
We strike at the arms, yes, but this is a hydra that you face, and it is quick to replace that which is severed.
Then we should lop off its head and be done with this.
Soon, soon. We are close. Only one more man stands between us and our ultimate goal.
I will return to my work. The sooner this last man dies, the sooner I might face our true enemy.
Before you go, I have a question for you.
Of course.
What is the truth?
We place faith in ourselves. We see the world the way it really is, and hope that one day all mankind might see the same.
What is the world, then?
An illusion. One which we can either submit to, as most do, or transcend.
What is it to transcend?
To recognize nothing is true and everything is permitted. That laws arise not from divinity but reason. I understand now that our creed does not command us to be free. It commands us to be wise.
Do you see now why the Templars are a threat?
Whereas we would dispel the illusion, they would use it to rule.
Yes, to reshape the world in an image more pleasing to them. That is why I sent you to steal their treasure. That is why I keep it locked away. And that is why you kill them. So long as even one survives, so too does their desire to create a new world order. Take your equipment. Seek out this last man. With his death, Robert de Sable will at last be vulnerable.
It will be done.
Safety and peace upon you, Altair.
And here we have a nice upgrade for our short blade. It does more damage, and you'd see it looks a little fancier. I'll be showing that off in the next video, of course. Till then, we just have one last quick glance at Damascus in store. Okay, so we are just beside the Madrasa Al-Khalasa, and I'm looking straight at a mosque over here that looks rather important, but I couldn't really identify it, I'm afraid. Anyhow, the Madrasa Al-Khalasa is actually a real-world structure, even though the name doesn't pop up too often. Al-Khalasa means the lime kiln, or the chalk pit. It is where lime was burned before it could be used as a building material. This was used as a processing area for the materials used to build Damascus's Great Mosque. The Great Mosque was, just as it sounds, a gigantic mosque in the region, which unfortunately does not seem to be in-game. In 1160, Nur ad-Din built the school, or madrasa, on the site of the lime kiln region that was used to prepare the Great Mosque's building materials. In 1174, it burned down, but was later rebuilt by Saladin. The Madrasa Al-Khalasa is referenced as being directly south of the Umayyad Mosque, where Saladin was entombed. We're actually southeast of it in-game, and it was also placed at the northern gate to the Great Mosque's courtyard. In 1069, the Great Mosque suffered extreme damage from fire caused in a riot. It was restored by the time Jubair, the real one, passed through in 1185. Unfortunately, it was burned down in 1400 as well, during the Mongol invasion. The story behind its destruction had two extremes. The first was that it was burned in the assault. The second is that Timur Ling, the Mongolian emperor, was approached by the Great Mosque's gate, or bishop equivalent. The bishop begged for the lives of his family as well as those of his priests. Timur Ling is said to have told him and his followers to seek refuge within the Great Mosque. Upon all of them being corralled inside, this story claims that Timur Ling ordered that it would be barricaded and then burned the mosque to the ground, killing everyone inside, unfortunately. But there are a lot of questions surrounding these stories. Now, the Great Mosque no longer exists, but the Madrasa Al-Khalasa does exist. It's sometimes referenced as the Mosque of Al-Khalasa, from what I've been able to dig up. And also, you can see those two little basins that were down the ground level. Now, the real Al-Khalasa had some octagonal basins, or I'm sorry, one giant octagonal basin. You can see that there are two of them down here. It may just be more of a coincidence or grasping at straws. The real one had one massive octagonal basin, and it was also known as the water cage. It was way more extravagant than these. But I thought it was a bit of a interesting coincidence. But enough of that. One last thing. How the tables have turned, my friend. Who has the element of surprise this time? Apparently the box does. Well, let's soften him up. Get the jump on me, will you? And hey, it gave me credit. Yes, dance. I guess I just pulled him too far away when he spotted me and it disabled him. And he just kept respawning. I don't know. But I have my revenge.